not a walkthrough, playthrough, review, anything like that. It's just me playing the game badly so you can see what it looks like. I hope this is going to work. I can't hear the game audio. It should be going to my capture device on my other laptop. I hope so. If a car or someone comes up behind me, I can't hear them or much of anything else. So, what the hell is this? This is Cyberpunk 2077 on a PC running the Vorpex VR Mod. It's not that popular one that everyone uses by that guy whose name I can't remember, because this one, well, it's free and it has an amount of motion control. You can move your arms, except you can't see that until I... have I got a gun? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, you see that? I'm holding my hands out in front of me, and you can't do that on the other VR mod. So, what is this all about? Why am I recording this? I went and bought a new PC, or rather a new gaming laptop the other day. Literally an impulse buy. I was in Curry's. I was looking to see if I could get a Switch. Predictably, I couldn't. So I said to the guy, well, we're standing in amongst the gaming laptops. Have you actually got any of these in stock? And he was like, probably not. But he looked through on his little app, on his little tablet or whatever he was using. And he had this one, which is it's an MSI something. It's got an Intel Core Ultra 7 CPU with a 4070 GPU. Definitely could have got something more powerful on Amazon for less money. So in a sense, I'm really stupid. But impulse buy, it's like, there I was. I was just like, okay, take my money, give me the thing. And here we are. Is it any good? Currently, I can't tell you because my glasses are fogged up and I can't see anything. So I'm going to have to take off my headset for a moment and clear my glasses. Edit. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Fogging at the moment because it's very warm in here and my glasses always fog up. Is it any good? Was it worth the money I spent on this laptop just to play this? Well, I didn't buy it just to play this. But I definitely had this in mind. It is not the ideal piece of equipment to play this on. While it's okay for doing what I'm doing with it, which is a very, very cool looking virtual reality walking simulator. It is fantastic for that. What it is not good for is combat. You get into a frantic situation and you just can't see well enough. Yeah, it's not really up to combat. Not really. But as a walking simulator, which is the kind of thing, if you're familiar with the kind of stuff I like just walking around in virtual worlds. Why am I just standing around on the same spot and not looking around? Partly because I can't see diddly because I've fogged up again. Still thinking about the laptop. When I bought it, I got it home and I initially had significant problems with it. It would not do the first update. It kept dropping the Wi-Fi. It sat there at 0%. It's like I couldn't do anything initially because it insisted, we're doing an update before we do anything. But it wouldn't hold on to the Wi-Fi, and then it eventually kind of appeared to. except the update download sat at 0% for ages and did nothing. So I did hard reset, started again, got to 6%, and then just sat there and did nothing. So I did hard reset again. It got to 100%. Yay! And then it started the installation process, got to 25%, and then reset itself. It's like it sat there at 25%, just going, duh, and then reset and started all over again. So I was like, okay, this thing is just broken. And I took it back and spoke to a very pleasant, very knowledgeable sales assistant, or whatever her title is, called Gabby. I'm sure she won't be watching this, but if she does, you're really good at your job. I was impressed. And she basically turned it on, connected it to their Wi-Fi. It didn't drop their Wi-Fi. So she's like, okay, well, that's not a problem. So there's probably something incompatibility with your Wi-Fi, and we can't give you a refund or a replacement for that. And I'm thinking, I have just bought a very expensive doorstop, and I said as much, and she was like, but she started the update procedure, and it did. It worked. It took a long while, and she was like, "Do you want to like leave it with me and come back?" And I was like, "No, I'll sit here." She was very pleasant and very patient, and we just, oh God, sat there and chatted away while the laptop did its thing. And it updated. I brought it home. I think probably the update that installed cured whatever the problem was with the Wi-Fi, because the Wi-Fi on here now is running absolutely fine. Yeah, so, oh God. You see, I don't know what's going on here because I've got no audio. I know I mean, I can see the cop car right there, and I know there are cops over there, because it's funny, actually, you get your little blue things over their heads, or are they green, whatever. But I see them in double because the way VR works, it's sort of, that's strange, actually. Some things, they appear closer in your field of vision, like the stuff on the HUD is much closer to me than any of the actual people or objects that I'm walking around. Trying to demist whilst walking around. I can't see much of whatever it is I'm walking past. The mod, you might be able to see what I'm about to talk about. This guy, who's, I don't know what he's doing, messing around with his phone. From where I'm sitting, there is a shimmer around him. It is to do with the left eye, right eye thingamy. I don't know, the bit that's shimmering is where he appears in the other eye. It's like it's filling it. It's only one. He's only drawn by the computer once, and then the mod draws him again from a slightly different angle, and I don't know, something to do with the calculations and filling in the gap where he would have been. I'm waving my arms around and you can't see it. Anyway, it creates a shimmer that initially annoyed the hell out of me. It broke the immersion, and there, looking through the shelving with all the stuff on it, everything on the other, looking through the gaps is shimmering. Yeah, that initially broke the immersion for me, and I was thinking, this is actually a bit rubbish. But I got used to it, and now I'm like, I don't care about that. I am just wandering around aimlessly, getting stuck on things because I'm not looking where I'm going, because I'm busy looking up there going, wow. Yeah. So this, I would say it's the only thing I've played on this laptop since I got it, but it's not. I played VR chat last night, hung out with my friend group who I've not seen. I've pretty much abandoned VR chat since Christmas. I had a rough old time around Christmas. I had iritis, which is horrible. And then just as I was getting over that, um, I had some tooth trouble. I don't know if I cracked a tooth. Something I had something bad going on with the tooth. Anyway, it hurt a lot. I was basically, what's going on here? God, I've been that drunk before, but not since I was a teen. Um, yeah, I'd basically been in pain since Christmas. One thing or another, either my eyes or that tooth. Um, Finally got that fixed, had a root canal a couple of weeks ago. That was fun. But all the time that I was in pain, I did not feel like going in VR chat, hanging out with anyone. I was just miserable. It was a miserable several months. Um, but I was like, okay, well, I've got this thing. It's really good, or fairly, I would say it's really good at VR. This is just pushing it a bit too much to be playable as the main game. Combat, no, you're not going to get combat. You can't see what I'm seeing as I do this. I say that. No, you kind of can, but I don't know to what extent you can see the juddering. Um, it's actually juddering a bit more than it was last night. Probably because I've tinkered with some stuff. Don't know. Doesn't matter. Um, yeah, went on VR chat, and VR chat was the best it has ever looked. I still had issues with bandwidth because my Wi-Fi is a bit. Well, the Wi-Fi isn't rubbish. The broadband package that I've got is a bit rubbish. I don't have a lot of bandwidth. But never mind. It was a fun night, and it looked gorgeous in terms of resolution, texture quality. What have we got here? Yeah, you can do this weird thing where oh, and now it's gone. You kind of zoom out so you can read the stuff that's otherwise only in your peripheral vision, and that's very handy. And I am playing this with the Quest controllers. You can play it with the joypad, you can play it with keyboard and mouse, but I just don't know how you can play it with keyboard and mouse. Goodness. What, you got a VR headset on? I certainly wouldn't try it. But I do like using these controllers. It's just that you have to use one of the grip controls as shift to replicate some of the joypad controls. Because there aren't enough buttons on the Quest controllers, so you kind of, yeah, it's like a shift function. What am I gonna do with this? Well, I'm gonna install Skyrim VR because I've got that, and that ran well enough on my the gaming PC that I've been using for 5 years. But I can't remember if I had it maxed out on that or not, but if I didn't, I'll certainly max it out on this. Also, I've got a few. I mean, what have I got? Thinking Half-Life 2 VR mod, also Half-Life Alyx, which I prefer Half-Life 2 with the VR mod. Half-Life Alyx, I don't like it. It has. It's a very, very, very good take on your typical VR game, which I don't like your typical VR game because they're all about puzzles and limiting your movement and space you've got to work in. They're trying and succeeding, I would say, in preventing you from getting motion sickness. But that just makes a boring game where it's all about thinking about stuff. I don't want to think about stuff. I want to run around and kill people. I don't know what that says about me. Or just walk around and look at stuff. Interestingly, I'm not getting motion sickness playing this, even though I'm not getting the best frame rate. And I haven't got snap turning turned on, though you wouldn't necessarily know it the way I turn because I'm in the habit of doing that. Well, yeah. So I will install some other VR games. Literally, this laptop for me is going to be my VR laptop. It's not even going to be general gaming. You know, I've got a PS5 for the majority of my gaming. This is like brute force VR and nothing else. Just so I don't fill it with stuff. The way I'm recording it at the moment, I've got it sitting on my desk, and then on my bed that's right next to me, I've got a box, and on top of that is sitting my other gaming laptop, which has got a HDMI capture, USB capture device, and I'm taking the HDMI output from this laptop through to the capture device on that laptop and recording with OBS. I don't know where I'm going now. I'm kind of lost. This is all a bit, I could get into trouble here. It doesn't look safe, and I can't see well enough to get myself out of trouble. I know a place in Milton Keynes that looks like this. Actually, I mean, most of Workshop looks like this. I'm so glad I don't live there anymore. My dentist, who I had to go and see, is in Workshop. God, I did not like going back there. Do I really want to go down here? I don't really know my way around Night City. Though I've completed the game on the PS5. Hello, Geezer. What is... No, this is just going down to the river. I can't see diddly out of my left eye now. It's like depth perception. I have none. I'm effectively blind in one eye. I just can't see anything out of that one because it's so fogged up. Suboptimal virtual reality experience right now. Bear with me. I'm gonna take my headset off and clear my glasses. Okay. Oh God, I'm getting shot at, aren't I? Stop it! I don't like that. Okay. Well, I took some damage there. But I can see again, that's good. That was not a good place to hang out. Does my health... Yes, it's regenerating, that's good. Oh no, another drunkard. Or is it the same one? I don't know. I'm just walking quickly away from where I was because I didn't like it. So, what else can I tell you? Because I can't remember what I was telling you. Hello. What is happening in my life right now? Because, like, gaming has taken a back seat mostly, hence no videos. Those of you who follow me on Twitter, which is not many, and maybe Blue Sky, also not many, will know that I am no longer with Joe. We broke up in last October. I'll not go into the details. It was my choice. She was not happy about that, and I feel bad about that. But it is what it is. I'll not go into any details at all. But anyway, yes, I am a single man again. I have been on the dating scene for a few months. Online dating, on the apps, on the websites. It started out as fun, and now it's just a slog. And the tales I could tell you that I'm not going to. What? I think I've lost my head. Can I reattach, please? No. No. Oh, there we go. I've reattached. My head was about a foot to the left of my body. That is not the kind of experience you want whilst walking around a place like this. Hello, love. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, in the let's say since January, I've had 8 dates with 5 different women. Um, all have. I won't say all have come to nothing. I have gained a very good friend out of that. Um, and I've also gained friends with women who I haven't been on dates with, haven't met them because they're like just too far away. But we chat online and basically compare notes on the disastrous dating experiences. Actually, they haven't all been disastrous. I wouldn't say any have actually been disastrous, but certainly some have been suboptimal. Yeah, not what you would want. Um, it is a weird scene. I've learned an awful lot about dating, about women. I have learned more in the past few months than I learned in the entire rest of my life. I'm 56, and I didn't know for the majority of that 56 years just how little I knew and understood. And so much makes sense now, but it also leaves me thinking I have got no chance. um, and I'm kind of philosophical about that. I kind of just don't care anymore. Um, the most fun I'm having in my life, where I feel the most valued and like where I fit and the most fulfillment I'm getting is actually in work. And I could never have said that in any other job I've ever had. But I am really enjoying my job. And I am literally just a cleaner, and I still can't tell you where because I like her hair. I can't tell you why because I like her hair. I'm just getting sidetracked. Yeah, can't tell you where I work, but it's a really cool place. Well, it's cool for what? Yeah, it's a fascinating place. It's getting light now. Didn't I just pass you back there? Or you got a twin, haven't you? Yeah. I don't know what I'm wearing. Hmm. Well, I mean, black jeans are my style, but I ain't so sure about this t-shirt. Okay. This is much better when you can actually hear it. It's got to be said. But this is, I mean, I made a video of Cyberpunk when I first got it on the PS5, which was fairly early in its like post-release development. It was still in the phase where, or the period where it was considered an absolute disaster and shouldn't have been released. I got it at that point. Um, and I made a video of it around about then, and I loved it, even though it was really glitchy and buggy and everything. And it seemed like there were just 5 or 6 different NPC models, and you'd walk around, and there was so little variety. Where now, this city feels alive. This is sweet. Look at that. I mean, I don't know what they're saying. They might be saying something really. Has he done something really fucked up? I don't know. I seem to be taller than everyone else. Significant. Look, I'm 5'7". There is no way. Have no. That's not what I wanted to do. No, I didn't want to do that either. Put that away. Ah, what I was trying to do there. I've got a thing called OVR advanced settings, which I use on VR chat to levitate. It's a frame shift. It lets you move about in ways that are separate from, like, say, I'm standing just here. My location in the game would be exactly where I'm standing, but I do a funny controller thing and I shift to one side or up or down from my actual location in the game. My in-game body moves from my in-game location. And I wonder, given that I seem to be taller than everyone else, I use it to levitate slightly or crouch slightly because my avatar just, yeah, my avatar seems to levitate when I want to be just standing. Or I levitate to stand on chairs. And I wondered if my head was levitating above my shoulders on this, because certainly on my other computer, OVR Advanced Settings launched by default whenever Steam VR was running. I don't think it's doing that on this one. Certainly I just did the control thing to try and levitate, and all I did was pull up my weapon thing. What is this place? I don't know. That part of the thing that makes this so... Everyone uses the word immersive, that it becomes a cliche, but the thing that makes you go, wow, is the looking up. It is a shame I don't have a better frame rate, because I do get some judder when I do that, and it lets you know you're not actually here. I've also got my graphical settings at a minimum, and the only thing that I've got set high, I mean, yeah, she's high as a kite, I would say. The only thing that I've got set quite high is the in-game resolution. It's not quite at the maximum it will go to, but it's high. Yeah, I've got to have it high to be able to read the text. So I do wonder, actually, I could probably reduce it, given that I hadn't initially realised doing this allows me to read the things more easily. Yeah, I might try reducing it, but it does start to look a bit meh, and you lose the reality of it. It's like, do we have low res but a bit smoother? And it doesn't really smooth things out an awful lot anyway. But everything else I've got set down to absolute minimum, except for object detail levels and textures. I've got those high. Everything else is on minimum. That's really cool. Yeah. Okay, I am going to stop now, because I run out of things to talk about, and I'm filling up the SSD on my other laptop as I sit here and go blah. Is this where I start? Oh, no, I don't think it is. This looks familiar though. It is astounding. It is the most gobsmacking VR walking simulator I have ever played around in. You couldn't... I mean, I'm going to try and play the objectives. Is he in Ghostbusters? What's he got there? Yeah, I will try and play the objectives, but I imagine I will just get hammered. And I can't remember half of what you got to do. And I was always frustrated by the steep learning curve in terms of, well, it's not exactly crafting, is it, but modifying tools, and the hacking part of that annoyed the crap out of me, and body modification and stuff like that, cyber whatever it is, all the implants and crap that you can have. I'm like, I don't want to have to care about any of that. So really, this is Given the price that I paid for the laptop, it is an extremely expensive, ridiculously expensive, given that I could have got something much better for cheaper from Amazon. Um, Ridiculously expensive walking simulator, but I love it. Um, I don't walk around Chesterfield much because it's like I've seen it all. There's not much to see. I don't go out a lot. Um, I can walk around here and look around, and while I might get killed in game, no one's actually going to come up and punch me. I think I'll still do my drinking in VR chat. I do have fun drinking in that. I think walking around here and getting drunk. I don't actually get drunk, but you know, I have a drink, get a bit fuzzy around the edges. I'm not going to do that on here. That's not what this is for. This is just for being somewhere a bit different. Okay. I'm presuming that this actually works. I need to try and find a way to record it and hear the in-game audio. Because if I'm going to do something like Skyrim, actually, I suppose I could just run OBS on on the laptop that's running the VR, because Skyrim will take less CPU and GPU power. This thing is needing the absolute maximum, and if I was running OBS on here, it would be glitching out and probably crashing. It doesn't like running anything else while it's doing this. That's a cool car. Yeah. I've forgotten what the VR mod is called. I said it earlier. Is it VoIP X? Something like that. It is free. I will leave a link in the description if you want to try it. I mean, I know there's another one, a different one. I'm just looking at the shimmer around that tree now. Yeah, there's a more popular one, which I don't know if I'm going to try. Probably not, because this one seems to work quite adequately, and I do like the fact that you can have a certain amount of motion control when using the gun. I said I was going to stop several minutes ago, and here I am still talking. Okay, I will stop now. So, I don't know when the next video I'm going to make is going to be. I don't know what it's going to be about. I don't know much of anything really, but you know, it was time I did something, and this is definitely worth making a video of, because it is gobsmacking. Part of me wants to do a review of the laptop, but honestly, given the price of it, don't buy the laptop I bought from Curry's. Buy something better from Amazon and just wait that couple of days for it to arrive. I just didn't want to have to wait. It was a impulse buy. I was there. They had one. I said to him, if you've got one of these in stock, I will buy it now. If you haven't, I will walk away and I won't buy one. And I wouldn't have bought one from Amazon. I just wouldn't have bought a laptop. It was, it, it, I'm just really dumb with things like that. I wanted that. I wanted the dopamine hit from retail therapy, and you know, completely illogical retail therapy at that. Dopamine is wonderful. And I definitely needed some. I was kind of in the dumps, to be honest. And it did the trick. I mean, I get a hit from this. I had so much fun in VR chat last night as well. I shouldn't have stayed away from that so long. But I've only been out of pain for a couple of weeks, so and I didn't want to be in there when I was in pain because my mood was just so shite. Isn't this a nice area? Not so much. I will stop now. Honest. Thank you for watching.
Yes, so I ring the button that releases the hound to that subscribe button. Oh, hello, yes, do subscribe.